This video is about solving linear inequalities. Now, inequalities, it's the plural of one inequality. Now, an inequality is a mathematical statement that uses one of the inequality symbols, greater than or equal, less than or equal, greater than, less than. This is an example of an inequality. 2x plus 1 less than or equal to 20. Now, the word linear, so the word linear, what does it mean? It means that the unknown, the x, has got maximum power 1. So this is linear inequality. Now, this is not a linear inequality because x has got power 2, although there is an x here with the power 1. The objective is to solve inequalities and represent the solution set as an inequality or an interval or in graphical form using the number line. In example number 1, we need to solve the inequality 2x plus 1 greater than 5. So the steps are very similar. The steps to follow are very similar to solving equations. The idea is to leave the terms with x on one side and the numbers on the other side. So starting with 2x plus 1, we subtract 1. Why? Because 1 minus 1 is going to give me 0 on this side, and I do the same thing here. Now here I have used the following property. If a is greater than b, a minus a certain number c, it's also greater than b minus the certain number c. This is a property of inequalities. Now, and the new inequality that you obtain is equivalent to the first one. They have got the same solution set. So let's go here, simplify. This is 0. 5 minus 1, 4. Now, I still need the x. I have got 2x. So to go from 2x into x, we divide by 2. Why? Because 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. Now, if you divide on one side, you divide by the second side as well. And you obtain a new inequality here that is equivalent to this one, which is also equivalent to this one. They've got the same solution set. Now, what I have used here is the following property. If you have got a greater than b, if you divide by certain number c here, c here, c not equal to 0, and c greater than 0, you obtain a new equivalent inequality, and you don't change the symbol of inequality because c is positive. So this is exactly what we did here. Now let's go and simplify. 2 by 2 gives me 1. 1x is x greater than 2. And that's it. We have solved the inequality. This is called the solution set. Why set? It's because we have got an infinite number of solutions. All the values of x that are greater than 2. It will be 2.1, 3, 5, 5.2, and so on. So, solution set. Good. Now, this can be represented on a number line. The number line extends from minus infinity to plus infinity. Minus infinity is the smallest possible real number. The plus infinity is the largest possible real number. We don't know what they are, so we use symbols. So we put here the 2 with open circle, meaning that 2 is not included in the solution set because there is no equal. So we take what? The values that are greater than 2 up to plus infinity. Now, in interval form, the solution set is written as follows. Open interval like open circle, comma, plus infinity. So this is the first form, inequality form. The second one, graphical form using a number line. A third form, interval form using intervals. Let's now look at example number 2. Now in example number 2, we have the terms on x, terms with x on both sides. But the idea is still the same. Let's put the x's on one side, the numbers on the other side. So we start with negative 3x plus 4 less than or equal to x minus 8. Now I have got this x here. I want to move it to the other side. So by doing negative x minus x and minus x. So we're subtracting x from both sides. Again, I have used the property a less than or equal to b, a minus c is less than or equal to b minus c, both sides. Now let's go and simplify. These are like terms. Minus negative 3x minus x, that gives me minus 4x plus 4. Go the other side, x minus x gives me 0. We know that. This was the purpose of subtracting x. Now we still have the 4 here. So we subtract 4 from this side. Why? Because 4 minus 4 gives me 0. That will leave the terms with x on its own. So again, subtracting minus 4, subtracting 4 from both sides. I have used the same property. Now let's continue. Let's simplify now. So negative 4x, 4 and 4 minus 4 goes, less than or equal to negative 12. Good. Now I have negative 4x and I need x. So to do this, I need to divide by negative 4. Why? Negative 4 divided by negative 4 gives me 1. Same thing here. Now here we have got to be careful. I am using the property that is a less than or equal to b. Now this time I have divided by a negative number. I have divided by minus 4. So if you divide by a number that is negative, what you need to do is to reverse the symbol of inequality. It has to become, so from less than or equal, it becomes greater than or equal. Very important. This is one of the major differences with solving equations. So we go here and we change this symbol, we revert it. Very important. This is one of the mistakes a student commits. So remember this very well. Now minus 4 and minus 4 gives me 1x, it's x. Greater than or equal, negative 12, negative 4, that gives me 3. And this is the solution set. The solution set in inequality form. Let's do the graphical form. Number line extending from minus infinity to plus infinity. I go and put the 3 here. Now this time I am closing the circle. Why? There is an equal here. And the 3 is a solution. 3 is included. And then what? The other numbers that are greater than 3 as well. I do this. Interval form, I use square brackets. That means it's closed. And the plus infinity. Now the brackets at the plus or minus infinity are always open. So again, this is the solution set in inequality form. This is in graphical form. And this is in interval form. The one thing to remember is if you divide or you multiply these terms of an inequality by negative number, you need to change the symbol of inequality. You need to reverse it. Now let's look at example number 3, where we have some products here. Now this, we need to expand the products using the distribution in algebra. So A multiply B plus C, in fact plus or minus, is given by A multiply B plus minus A multiply C. Distributivity in algebra. So we are going to go and use it here. Negative 2x, negative 2 by negative 5 plus 10, less than 3x, 3 times 2, 6. Simplify, 6 minus 6 give me 0, minus 2x plus 10 less than 3x. Now I need to move this 3x on the other side. I can move the 3x or the 10, whichever. So let's start with 10, yeah? So if I have a plus 10, I need negative 10 here, or minus 10. 3x minus 10 here, same thing on both sides. Simplify, this gives me 0. Now I still have the 3x here, so I need to subtract it. When I subtract it from this side, I need to subtract it from this side as well. We now group the like terms, negative 2x minus 3x, that gives me minus 5x, less than, now 3x and minus 3x give me 0, minus 10. Now to go from minus negative 5x to x, we need to divide by negative 5 here, and negative 5 on the other side. Now remember, what we need to do is to change the symbol of inequality. Why? Because minus 5 is less than 0, and we said in example number 2 that when you divide or you multiply by negative number, you need to reverse the symbol of inequality. This is very important. So now negative 5 by negative 5 gives me 1x. Greater than negative 10 by negative 5 gives me 2. So this is the solution set in inequality form. Two is not included, it's not solution because there is no equal. So we go for the graphical representation, negative infinity plus infinity, 2 somewhere, open circle because there is no equal, and then we are saying that we are taking all values greater than 2, interval form, open, 2 plus infinity. So inequality form, graphical form, interval form. Example number 4. In example number 4, we have got an inequality with fractional expressions. We have got some denominators. The denominators are 2, 4, and 6. And we need to eliminate them. So we first go and find what we call the LCM, the lowest common multiple. There are different ways to find the LCM of 2, 4, and 6. Because the numbers are quite small, I'm going to use this method where we list the multiples and then we take the common one, the small one. Okay, so the multiples of 2 are 2 times 1, 2, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, 2 times 4, 2 times 5, 2 times 6, 2 times 7, and so on. I stop here for a while. Now the multiples of 4, 4 times 1, 4, 4 times 2, 8, 4 times 3, 12. I stop because I can see 12 here and 12 here already. Now the multiples of 6 are 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 12. I stop. This is common multiple, 12, 12, and 12. And it is the lowest. There is nothing smaller that is common. So LCM of 2, 4, 6 is equal to 12, and we are going to use this 12 here to simplify our inequality. How do we do that? We multiply all terms of the inequality by 12, all terms. This one, and this one. So we start. Times 12. Times 12. Now remember, we multiplied by 12. 12 is positive, so we didn't have to change the inequality symbol. No change. 12 is positive. Now let's continue and simplify this. So 12 divided by 2 gives me 6. 6 multiplied by this 3 gives me 18. Twelve by 4 gives me 3 times x, 3x. 12 by 6 gives me 2. So we have eliminated all the denominators. Remember, we multiplied by the same number. This new inequality is equivalent to this, which is also equivalent to the original inequality. Good. Now we use distributivity to expand. So 18 by x, 18x, 18 by negative 1, negative 18. Here, no change. The same steps, we need to put the x's on one side and the numbers on the other side. So let's start by eliminating this negative 18. So minus 18, we need the plus 18 on this side. Plus 18 on this side. Same thing on both sides. Simplify. This gives me 0. Left with 18x. 3x. 2 plus 18, 20. Now we need to move this 3x on the other side by subtracting . So 3x, I need to subtract 3x. This is the minus. Now when I do it on this side, same thing on this side. 18 minus 3x, 18x minus 3x, 15x. 3x minus 3x, that was the purpose. 0, 20. To go from 15x to x, we divide by 15. 15 is positive, so no need to change. I am dividing by 15, which is a positive number. And I don't need to change the symbol of inequality. Now simplify 15, 15, 1, 1x is x. Now 20 over 15, we can divide by 5 the numerator, divide by 5 the denominator, and that gives me 4 over 3. This is the solution set in inequality form. Number line. There is an equal here, so closed circle. That means 4 over 3 is included in the solution set. And then we take also the values that are less than. So equal is for the closed circle, and less than are these numbers. This is minus infinity, plus infinity. This is the graphical solution. Now the interval solution from minus infinity, open interval always, and then 4 over 3, we close the interval, we put square brackets. That means 4 over 3 is included is a solution. Now again, we have the solution in inequality form, graphical form, interval form. So the main idea here was with the denominator, what do? You look for the LCM. You multiply, simplify, eliminate the denominators, and then the rest is similar to example 3, 2, and 1. Let's now look at example number 5. Example number 5, it's what we call double inequality. Why? Because it has got two symbols of inequalities. Now, what does it mean? We want it means that we have got two inequalities, 3x minus 2 less than 4, and at the same time 3x minus 2 greater than 1. So instead of solving this inequality and then this inequality and then taking the intersection of the solution set, we prefer to solve one double inequality as given here. The same steps, we are going to follow the same steps. So we have got 3x minus 2 in the middle, and we need the terms in x only. So obviously 3x minus 2, what we need is to add 2 to all the terms. Remember, all the terms. So plus 2 here to start with, because I want to get rid of the minus 2 here. Same thing, plus 2. Same thing, plus 2. Simplify. This gives me 0. Now, I have 3x. I want x to go from 3x to x. What do? We divide by 3. Now, same thing. We divide by 3 all the terms. So here, and here, and here. We simplify. This gives me 1. 3x divided by 3. So 3 by 3 gives me 1x. 6 by 3 gives me 2. This is the solution set in inequality form. Now, just before we move on, we have divided by 3. 3 is positive, so we didn't need to change the inequality symbols. Now, so this is the solution set using inequality symbols. Graphically, this will be represented as follows. So negative infinity plus infinity. We need 1 here, 1, and then 2. 1 closed circle because of the equal. At the side of the 2 there is no equal, so it's an open circle. And the solution x is in between 1 and 2. 1 is included. 1 included, open circle. Now the interval, we close it at 1, we're using the square brackets. We open it at 2 using the open brackets. So again, solution set using inequalities, solution set using graphical, the number line, and then the third one using the interval.